Hello everybody. I'm very excited. I had to wait until my band practice was over, but my Hobonichi order came today and we're going to open it together. I did open it to make sure that things were in it. I did not open to look at the things, nor did I open the packaging. And I don't even know if anybody's interested in what I got, but I am interested in what I got, and I have seen several unboxings, so let's get to it. I got my tea, which I probably won't touch because I always forget. And I got a Sneaker Weeks 2024 so that I could see if it's something I would want to use. I have a couple dates. We'll do this later. We'll get there. Don't worry. Here we go. So I read some poor woman on a Hobonichi group on Facebook. They didn't put bubble wrap on the bottom of her packaging, and it was so stopping and raining where she was. So the bottom of her box, everything just got stupid wet, and I feel so badly for her. So let's take this out. We're gonna see. Already giving away some things, huh? Okay, look. So I don't know how many of you actually realize this, but this is my first year with a Hobonichi anything. It's the paper. And I was watching a lot of planner videos because I was kind of getting sick of my bullet journaling system, but I love my Leuchtturm books, and I was looking actually, I think, for some new layouts that I could use, something that just felt a little bit more fun. And I finally felt settled where I could go back to all of my creative stuff. The last few years have been kind of crazy, especially since I got divorced like 8 years ago, and I was ready. So this is actually my very first Hobonichi order. And I just want to see that you can see. Okay, great. Okay. I have my tripod thing on top of a table, on top of my table. I want to make sure you can see. So because my, one moment, I'm going to have to cut this out. Or maybe I won't because I want to put this up there tonight. But my cousin is doing great. I started a daily thing that people haven't seen in a flip through yet, but it's also getting thick. So I have not been keeping myself from putting things in there at all, but I think that next year I want to put more things in. I want to do more ephemera, more collage, more sticking memories in there, you know, instead of just always writing about memories and stuff. So I am going to, we're in the middle of cooking dinner. I kicked Phil outside. I said, I have stuff to do, so you gotta go, because I really want to open this box. So I don't usually stick a lot of stuff in here, but just in the last couple of weeks, I started adding some more things because I want to have that habit. I used to do this all the time in high school. I have a planner upstairs. I'll take pictures of it or bring it down and I will show you. I just got this today, this little keeper thing, and I don't have a cover, so I just duct taped it in there. It was fun tape. So the owls and John Oliver say hello. So it's getting kind of chunky and thick. So this year, next year, 2025, I am going to go with the Avex. And I wonder if I would have done that first if I had realized, but I don't think so. And it's funny because the cousin is not very thick when you buy it. It's fabulous. A nice nice thickness, you know. That's what she said. Sorry. Welcome to my channel. By the way, I am Kristen, also known as Sherby. This is Sherby Dabbles. It's a pleasure to see you. Feel free to subscribe if you like anything that I say, do, or am. Oh. This is very exciting. I've seen this in several unboxings. All right, so save that for later. Wow, like this is stiffer, I think, than when you got the cousin. I don't remember the cousin having such a stiff spine, and the cover, no, I guess the cover's the same, but it looks so pretty. It's so funny how it looks so much smaller than the one I've been using. Let's get to like a blank daily page. I got some back here. Let's see. Oh boy. It's so funny. This looks so big to me now, and brand new, it looks so small. Isn't that something else? And I do have the, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I do have the English version of the cousin, but I ordered from Hobonichi and I didn't see an English option for the cousin, for the Avex on there. So this is just what I got, and I am excited. I do have the Japanese version of the original Techo, and I kind of have abandoned that one, unfortunately. Oh, the My 100 is definitely different. I love using the My 100 in my cousin. I use it for all of my mental intake sort of stuff, movies, TV shows, and books. And I really love this. The space is fabulous. So this is going to be interesting if I go this route. But I could, because it is half a year, use 2 lines instead of 1 when I'm recording things. I could even go straight across if I so chose. I could go all sorts of ways. So that's interesting to note. And did I see no 365 in this, huh? I didn't see a 365. Let's see. This is fun to draw your own little icons and things in here, your own little doodles. Oh, no 365. That kind of makes me sad. I guess it makes sense because it's half a year, but even if they did half a year, that would be awesome. Okay, so good to note, if you were looking at this, that there is no 365. So I will just use real trackers, but I do believe that the Weeks is going to have one. This Sneaker Weeks has one in the back. And I had already backfilled some days I did yoga. My other one and my cousin here, I track all of my workouts in that one, and I do love this. So this is really good to know. This is good to know. I'm not disappointed. I am just reformulating in my head all of my expectations. So let's see, this is the second half of the year. I do use this. Oh, I can track workouts in this just as easily. In fact, I prefer that because I feel that when I use the index to track, I can see the frequency a little bit better. Visually, it looks more pleasing to me, where I feel like I can actually get a good sense of how often I've worked out. The orange is when I've worked out. So, problem solved. See, we did it. We problem solved. So let's see. Let's see. And then the monthlies. There we go. So the index does just do the first 6 months as well. This starts right in June. I wonder if the new year does also, and then it ends January, ends right in January, and then it looks like it goes straight into the weeklies. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, excellent. And then the first 6 months, does that follow the same pattern? So the first 6 months, ooh, it does the whole year in the first. That's great, because then you could still do future planning in this. If you're notating future appointments, etc., you don't have to go into your other notebook. And this, it goes from December, I believe, up under, if it ends at June, it must. Like, I'm assuming that you always buy these in a pack of 2 unless you go to the second half of the year. Oh, it does have July there. All right, fabulous, fabulous. Now, the thing I was most excited about is in here. I saw it, I watched the entire, what was it, 2 hours and 2.5 hours maybe even of the, I really don't want to have to get up again, but I might have to. Nope, okay. The whole 2 hours of the Hobonichi release YouTube videos. And when I saw this, I don't know if it's going to be on top or what. I have no idea. When I saw this, I wanted it. I wanted it immediately. I wanted it now. And I was ready to spend the money. So let's see what comes up first. Before you think of anything, write, that made me happy. Don't ask yourself what made you happy until afterward. Then write down the answer, even if you really have to dig for one. You could also try that made me sad or that was delicious. Kind of makes me wish I got the English, the English versions if I could. All right, guys. Ta-da! So I rarely buy stickers from reputable places. I don't even know how many are in here. 7 sheets, 3 designs. So I guess there's 7 of each. I don't have cats anymore. I'm not going to get cats again, but I have never actually gotten stickers I've never ordered anything from Hobonichi, but I don't know, it feels more reputable now, you know, like I'm not sus. I don't know if that's the right way to use that. I got the pencil boards, which I have never used pencil boards. We'll go over them carefully, and this is what I was most excited about, the 5-year Techo gift set. The artist is Iyo Okumi. I'm so excited. I got 2 pens because these must be the also free gift notebooks. I also got a week's, as I spoiled already by saying I got this to see if I want to use one. So let's, I'm going to kind of save the best for last. So I got the weeks. I did get in English edition, and I started using this one to see how I could use it. I always carried something around in my purse with me. And right now I'm currently carrying an A6 Leuchtturm book. But once I got my cousin, I stopped using it for filling in dates. So I will use my phone, and then when I get home, try to put it in my cousin. And I realized I really want to try to have a weeks on my person. Then I was wondering, should I use the weeks for all of the health tracking things that I do? I track taking my supplements because I'm extremely forgetful. I'm always doing things in the middle of doing other things. It's a hot mess. I am like a Russian doll when it comes to tasks. There's one task inside another task inside another, and they are all disparate. They hardly match each other. And then my son told me that this year he wants me to really be on him for his schoolwork and stuff. He said, if you have to take my phone away, then you take my phone away. So here's some stuff that I was doing. And when he said that, I was like, you know what, kiddo? I got you. And so I started using this. I used whiteout here to cover it up, just to kind of fill in some days. I tried different layouts, but this is to help him be on track with school, because he has a lot of things in apps, but if you did it, it's not really checked off, and it's dependent on when the teachers can get to it. So I go through and write down all the assignments that are up there, though it's not always accurate, with a checkbox on those days. And I share him, but when I let him know in this side whose house he's at, because me and his dad are 50-50 with alternate weeks. So I have that, and then he's also playing football, and so his games are here, and any appointments he has where his mom might be, where his dad might be, that's me, you know, speaking in the third person. And then for the rest of the year, let's see, where is he? So this is how I was using it for me, just to try. And then he told me he wanted my help. So here we are with him. So this is the current week, his birthday, or no, this is next week. So I'll highlight quizzes. So if anybody out there is thinking of what to do for a week's, if you have a kiddo, you can track their stuff like this. In the summertime, he's still going to have conditioning for his various sports and stuff, so it won't be going to waste. And I think just knowing whose house he's at is always going to help. So that's very cool. I also played around in the back with some commonplace marking for different things, because I also used traveler's notebooks for many years. And I never did a code system like that. I just used different notebooks. But I had a lot of things back here. So I found, basically, in short, and this is a tracker I've seen a lot of people use, and I was like, oh, I could use this for working out. Anyway, and here's the 365. Anyway, I got enough information from just doing this to confirm that I would like to have a week's, and it fits in my purse. Now, it is a little smaller from what I was told, but it's not too much smaller. So I got the snow globe one. It's actually called the Night Cherry Blossom Snow Globe, and the artist's name is Hiroko Kubota. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try. I took German, so we don't know how that's going to go. We'll save this over here too. These sorts of things are going to be in my book when I say I want to collect some ephemera. Oh, look at that. I didn't recognize that the petals inside the snow globe are actually foiled and sparkle a little bit in the light. Oh, that makes it even all the more charming. I did also order a Sterling Ink weeks size planner, and I know that one's going to be for my kiddo, one's going to be for me. One might just be a health planner. Oh, this feels so nice. This is a very flexible, but it definitely seems more hard than flexible, which I don't mind at all. Do a quick little look. We have some important dates here. I don't know how many of these you've watched. I don't know if mine is going to be any different. More tracking places. This could be where my son has games. That could be cool, although they do follow a regular schedule. It could be just tracking the days that I have him so that I could quickly look when I have a gig, for instance, because I am in a band, or when me and my partner are planning a trip, or if I want to plan one with him, I can make sure he's with me. So that would actually be a really cool way to use this. So I love the idea of just having a planner for just my dude. Now, I might even go and buy another one that is more to his personality, because I am sure I can find a reason to use a notebook. I mean, I've been doing it since I was 10 years old, so I am not worried, but I do like to fill every page. So this goes up to, ooh, all the way to March before the weekly start, which is the last week of November, which is good because then we have time to practice what we want to do in them. And then we get to the end of the year, and let's see, it ends right on the first week of January coming up. You have a blank page it goes to that week. Page and subject, and I think I'll do what some people have done. If I, either in this book or the Sterling ink, I'll cut this in half and it will be an index. I keep lists of like band ideas, t-shirt ideas, funny things my friends have said, lines that I thought of that would be great in a story or a song, those sorts of lists. And this is going to be so great, especially for my kiddo. I'm pleased that this is going to work so well. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's so pretty. Born 1971, illustrator, uses acrylic, gouache, etc. to draw landscapes, people, and animals. Ooh, and her Instagram is on there too. Beautiful. I love that. I'm so excited about that. This is fabulous. I will put this in the front because I discovered this little doodad. So when you want it to open to a particular, say the current week, you can keep it right there. And right now, it's currently in the pocket that came with the weeks. It's not adhesive. This is actually a cousin version. I do have a weeks version that's adhesive, so I could put that on this new one. And then on the back, it's more petals. Those are not foiled, and with the Hobonichi stamp and a 2025 silver foil in there. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, should we look at, let's do the pencil boards. I liked the artwork of these. I had my son help me choose which weeks to get, and I didn't want to spend too long deciding. I was thinking about the cherry one, but then I saw a friend with a plaid one, and I was like, oh, the plaid ones are really nice. So the stickers, I won't go into those much. I've never used a pencil board. I'm excited to do that. I don't think I need to open them, but I do want to feel it. So I'll feel at least one. Actually, this other one I can put in my cousin right now. Really cute. I love that there's a folder. Let me know in the comments if you find that you can use these to draw your lines with some reliability. In the past, I've gone to do stuff with thin stock, and my pen would skip over it or off of it. I love the little scenes in here. This is just so darling and cute. Does it say who the artist is in the back? In English? Yumi Kitagishi? Maybe that's the artist. They're gorgeous. I love them. I love that people participated in this. Actual people, used their art and skill and shared it for something that we can all appreciate. Gosh, it makes me so happy. So this is for the A6. I do have an A6 that I have sort of abandoned, but I still have hopes for it. I have been following a woman who visited my page, AJ's Life Inspired, or AJ's Inspired Life, and she does a lot of collage journaling, and the inspired part works because I used to do that in high school, and she just really made me remember, like, there's no reason why you can't still do that, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, 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 yes. I love all the people that are showing us how to still tap into being creative and breaking rules and not sticking to what has to be nice, right, or perfect, Plus, I don't have time to be that way. Oh, this is like a dinner party, hedgehog, puppies, bunnies, alligator, maybe crocodile, sheep. Oh, they're holding hands and holding flowers behind their back, like hiding them. I love this. This is like a little secret garden Christmas party. And again, kind of flimsy in nature, but I'm okay with that. So let me see if I put this at the back of my current weeks. I do like I like writing and feeling the bend in the page underneath. See how it lifts up? I love when my pen kind of digs in to a page. So this will be interesting to see if I really use it for any kind of writing. I can immediately see myself using it as a tab, like to just find my spot, and perhaps as a ruler. So we'll go back, we'll go to my current daily page here. And this is, tomorrow's my son's birthday, so I have a boy there ready for him. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Right, those are the pencil boards. We're getting there. We're getting to have a look at the notebooks. And I've heard so much about these pens. I wonder if they actually write as well as people like the sentimental nostalgia part of having them. My partner's playing his congas right now, so if you hear that, he's very good. So it's okay. Let's see which ones I got. I saw one person got both of the same. I'd be okay with that. This is awesome. I think that even my, oh, sorry, there's a bug. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Poor bug. He was probably a Buddhist monk in a past life. Ooh, bigger grid. That's interesting. My son might actually love borrowing one of this. I really want to get him into loving paper. It's got to be in the jeans, right? It's got to be. It's got to be. Ooh, I did get a different one. Oh, great. This is great. This is a great little collection. Same grid, square pattern. Like it says, Hobonichi. This has got to be the artist names, right? Onsoro. Onsoro? Okay. I'm wearing a baseball cap, and I am so excited about this. I say baseball cap because I just almost breathed all over it. Am I going to keep this next to my bed and do this every night before bed? I don't think so. I think it's more going to be like a morning or middle of the day thing. I used to journal quite regularly, and then I felt that journaling fed my anxiety. And, oh, look at this. Look at that gorgeousness. A duck, a woman, girls, monkey, rabbit, pear, flowers, nothing on this side. It looks like, it slides out? Does it slide out or open? No, it opens. Okay, here we go. Look at that. I've banished him. I banished you. You go. You go. I'm busy. He never listens to me. Never listens. This is a pure white embroidered cover. My goodness gracious, look at that. Oh, look, I washed my hands before this. I had band practice and my hands are filthy. So I used to journal quite regularly, and then every single day for, well, after my dad died, I stopped for about 2 years. But then I got right back into it, and it used to be very much creative writing, you know, random automatic writing and stories. And then I started journaling, and I think that there's something to be said for getting a little too reflective and it causing anxiety. So I tried to change that up by making myself write 1 page of positive, all positive, 1 page of negative, and then 1 page of positive again. But eventually I just think the anxiety went out and I couldn't do it. This feels nice. It feels like a linen or a cotton. I'm gonna have to get a plastic cover to cover this. How is this supposed to stay white for 5 years? Oh, look at that. A butterfly embroidered on the back. Nice tassel. It's got like a card stock inside of some kind to keep it stiff. So it's probably protecting the embroidery on the back side. The tassel looks nicely sewn in on the top, stitching all around, pen loop included. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sticker. So I think that if I write in a smaller space like this, I won't run into that problem, because I would fill pages and pages and pages. And I'm going to do a video at some point showing all of my journals. They were Moleskines and Leuchtturms. This is just a beautiful box. This reminds me of like Tiffany, you know, like the blue, and then Hobonichi Company. That's got to be some sort of important stamp. This is going to be so great to do. I'm going to be all over the internet watching 5-year Techo videos. If you have one and you have a video, drop your link in the comments. I want to see it. I want to know what you do. I want to hear all about it. I don't care how boring you think it is. I don't care. I don't care how long it is. I want to know. Fortunately, there's an app for this, and I can read this. What is this? Does this just tell you what the paper's like? Oh, it shows you the layout, so you could probably photocopy this and practice. I've seen a lot of people do that, and it's undated. That is a great thing to have. Okay. And I'm gonna, before I take that out, we can look at this pencil board. Oh my God, it all just feels so precious. I have a couple months to watch videos and just really determine if there are any ideas. Now, I try not to hold my notebooks and journals too preciously. I try to just remember that they are there for me, and I can use them how I want and what's convenient. So like sometimes in my cousin, you'll see that I'm just working on a set list in the notes. So this is great because if you look, the image is quite similar with different aspects moved around, but what's missing is the tiger, and they have provided it with a sticker. So great, so great, so great. Okay. We're doing great. We're doing great. Telling you, this is worth the money. All of this is worth the money. The joy of it, the smell of it, the feel of it. It's all worth the money. It's so worth the money. And I'm still looking for a different kind of planner setup for work. Cousin is too much. I don't need a lot of daily pages, but I do set up my own horizontal weekly layout in a Leuchtturm 1918. Pretty box. Inside it has like the tiger illustrations here. Here is, they look like they're building a, what are those, when you pile stones on top of each other in the woods or forests or riverbeds, different plants, rabbits, animals, ducks with collars, it seems. What are these? Are these vultures or buzzards? A horse, another mysterious animal back there in the woods. A whole scene, like it's almost like a diorama, you know. Oh, I just love this box. This is lovely. I love, oh, that's why I had a problem opening it. It has this, how does that go exactly? Does it actually tuck inside? It doesn't seem like it should. Oh, it does. That's why I had a problem opening it. I'm not like deficient. Oh, there's something flying around me right now. Let's look at this book. I just smelled it. I totally smelled it. I love the soft leathery cover. I was not expecting that. I've seen some people with this no cover, and I like the worn look of it. There's a little thing flying around here. It's making me bonkers. So, oh, this is going to be a treat. This is going to be a treat. Years start on the year that the book starts, the index of the years, and when it ends, then you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. Now, some people seem to try to match up this with this, but because of the writing, you can't really do that. Oh, it feels so satisfying to flip. And then what is over here? Well, it says bookmark at the end. I wonder, let me get to it. Bookmark. I wonder if this is like, you could have some, 2025, you could write a summary. Bookmark could be like maybe some key moments, and you want to highlight what dates they were, perhaps. I could see doing that. I like that. You could summarize each year. We have the patio doors open and everything, so I'm sorry about the, remember this, really big moments over the past 5 years. Is one page going to be enough? I don't know. We'll find out. I like the gifts, addresses. I would be very curious to see what people put under their lists section. That would be really great. Maybe top 10 books that you've read. Maybe top 10 milestones. That would be really interesting. That would be really great. Maybe like a day where you're like, this was just such a good day, and you could put the date in it and go back. YouTuber. I'll have to see what that means. Use my Google Translate and some personal notes. Oh, show me everything, you guys. Show me everything. I also want to find a translation for this. So that is it for my unboxing, and I am so happy. I wonder if I should try to put this in now. It didn't even occur to me when I took it out. Let me see. Let me see if it's something I want to try to do right now. I don't use covers, so I'm a little nervous about doing this. Since the front is stiffer than the back, I'm going to put that in there. And then, oh, here she is. Pops up a little bit. I know it's gonna loosen, and part of me doesn't even want to have it in the case because I like that worn look that I've seen other people have. But oh my goodness, this thing is making me just absolutely insane. But it's gonna be great. See, I'm like, where's Mr. Miyagi right now? I need Mr. Miyagi. Okay, pen loop. Yeah, I think we're gonna. I'm gonna go look at a lot of 5-year journals. Oh, it's so nice. It's so pretty. Imagine what this is going to look like. Oh, and it also has its own. It has its own bookmark. So also great in case you want to keep one directly to the back, maybe. Or, yeah, you could even still put another supplement notebook in there for longer journal entries. You could add the supplemental A6 size in the back and do that. Oh, yes. Yes, this has satisfied me. This is great. I love that they include this so we can help ourselves. Pencil board. I am going to covet everything in this box for a while. I won't yet, almost, not quite, but almost. I won't yet open it up, and I can't do anything in it yet. Oh my gosh, this is sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was yucky. Okay, maybe I have to do some editing. Very excited. Thank you for being here with me for my very first Hobonichi unboxing. I am just tickled pink. Oh, and this is in English. Look at this. It's late at night and you find yourself troubled. Potential, you whisper aloud. Who else but Techo mask appears before you? Oh, Techo mask. Okay, listen. So August 31st, 10 p.m., my time Eastern, is when the Hobonichi store opened. Everything I wanted was in my cart. I had a week's and I had this. I can't recall which weeks I had originally. Then I hit checkout and everything went bupkis. I think everybody has heard this. So I kept trying for about 2 hours. I was watching TV with my son. I was up late. Then finally I saw somebody on Facebook talk about getting her things off Amazon Japan. And then I was seeing everything selling out, just like everybody else. So I went to Amazon Japan. I opened an account. I figured all that stuff out. I still was able to order it. I was not able to get a cousin, an Avec, but I could get a regular cousin. So I was like, okay, I'll get a regular cousin instead, because I just wanted to make sure I was going to get what I wanted to get. And then, at 3 o'clock, I was still checking the Hobonichi website because I wanted to get these. I wanted to get the freebies. I admit, everybody talks about them, and the box. I didn't even understand what the box was about. And it's a sturdy box, so I'll definitely keep it and put some things in it. I'll put all of this back in it so I can keep everything in one spot because I'm crazy and I will lose things. So I was like, all right, I'll keep trying till 3 a.m. and then I can cancel the Amazon Japan order. But then finally at 3 o'clock, I said, I have to go to bed. This is ridiculous. And I went to bed. The next morning, I woke up 10 o'clock. I saw people on Facebook say, everything went through. So I went oh, I will get a clear cover because I see a scratch. And okay, anyway, although this might stick. Anyway, sorry. I went on to Amazon Japan first to see if there was an option to cancel my order, and there was. So then I went over to Hobonichi again and I made my order and I was able to get everything. And now I know that the prices are significantly less. I got this cousin for, I think it was $67 or $61 on Amazon, or Jet Pens, one of them. It was in the 60s anyway. And I got to get these Avecs for less than $40, I believe. And this was $23 where you would get it for $40 otherwise. So ordering from Japan is the way to go. Like, you have to wait a little bit, but, and the shipping from Hobonichi was $34, but at the end of the day, it's still cheaper when you get multiple things. Now the gift set is was $120, and I don't know if that's a price difference normally. Like, if our American vendor is going to be selling it for a lot more than that, I don't know. I hadn't even looked, to be honest, because by the time I went to Jet Pens to look, it wasn't there. So there were some issues and problems, but that was my 2025 Hobonichi release story. They were trying times. Everybody was so flustered. Anyways, again, I have my tea. I have my elephant. Thank you so much for watching this. I am going to post it immediately. I'll even keep the bug smash. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. And every time I do it now too, I feel kind of bad. Like, I feel like, you know, that might be somebody in the midst of a life cycle before they're reincarnated or something, and I just smashed it. And love to all creatures and all that. That will be my story, and you guys will remember in future lives that I was aware of it, but it doesn't really get me any points. I love these notebooks. I'm loving, all right, I'm so excited. Thank you again for being here, you guys. And you're gonna see me stand up and turn the camera off and everything, because I don't think I'm going to edit this. I'm just going to immediately start uploading. And I'll see you at my next flip through. Please leave comments. Tell me what you got. Tell me what you're excited about. And when I get my Sterling ink planner, the week type 1, we'll do a little comparison. How's that sound? There's plenty out there, but who knows? I might compare different. Peace out, home skillets. Thanks for being here. Bye.